This is an amazing couch, you guys.
Making doozer sticks.
This couch belonged to like the worst drug kingpin in Colombia in like the 1990s.
Yes, it was.
You want some ice? I got ice. You want ice?
He later bought into a Popeyes franchise, and he's doing great.
This is actually a reject from the props department of Blow.
Yes.
They put it here for some reason. They did all that filming in Seattle for The Sunshine.
Was this really a screening room for MGM?
It was. That's what the ghosts say.
Charlie Chaplin once was tread these boards.
He
And
did.
the entire theater fell over on him, but he was standing conveniently in a window opening. It was a close shave.
Yeah, that was when that happened.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Luke, I'm a big fan of the show Ross and Burbank. I think that's...
You're the one.
Yes, I
That's
listen
great
to
to
that.
hear. I've been looking for you.
What I really love about of that radio show is Dave Ross.
Mm-hmm.
He's really fantastic.
Yeah,
about right.
he's great. Do you think we could get him on the show, or?
I'm not kidding. He would be delighted to come down here. He's a bitter old man
Could
who
he come
just
down right
lives
now, or?
No, he's in New York right now.
Oh, okay.
Dealing with.
I guess we'll finish with you.
He's I do this radio show here, and my co-host is a guy who's like I'm not kidding, 30 years older than me, and he is at his house in New York right now, and we do the show every morning, and he is on this connection called an ISDN, and his mom comes in and offers to make him a sandwich every morning during the show. His mom, who's got to be like 95, and she goes, "We're out of roast beef. Will a PB&J do?" And I thought that was so charming that even
Does she cut off the crust for him?
He's a grown-ass man, okay? He can cut his own crust off.
That's fair.
I just thought that was nice that even when you're like 60, your mom will still make you a PB&J sandwich.
Is he crunchy or creamy? And
I don't get into that with him.
okay.
And it's pretty personal.
So yeah, after you host a morning show for 3 hours, then you feel the need to host a podcast for another hour, because there's just not enough Burbank to go around.
Yeah.
I agree. I think you should do actually.
Yeah, that big podcast money. Cha-ching.
Bringing it home.
Bragging that you have a podcast is like bragging you have a Hotmail account.
That's that Chateau Saint Michel.
It's like,
cash money.
Do you have an internet connection? You too could have a podcast.
But we wanted to suggest some other shows, since I don't think you're on the air enough. I was thinking you could take over for Delilah and have a show called Lukewarm 106.9.
That was a good one.
Good. That is good. Can I use that?
You can.
Okay, yes.
Or like if you have some like financial knowledge to share with people, you could start your own show and call it "Take It to the Burbank." I think that would be good.
Or if you had like a show about like financial advice, you call it Luke Cold Cash.
I think you're.
I feel like that's a good starting point. Let's run that up the flagpole.
Cold Cash with Luke Burbank.
Yeah, just keep going with that.
Do you have cold cash problems? Call Luke Burbank now and he'll talk to you about your cold cash problems. Luke Burbank.
Devin, what do we talk about?
That's one of the biggest problems right now in the economy that no one's even talking about. They talk about interest rates. They talk about, collateralized debt obligations, but it's just the temperature of the cash.
Yeah.
Do
The biggest problems. It's
Everyone's
so
cash
cold.
is room temperature.
Do they talk about frozen funds?
Shut the fuck up, Devin.
You shut up.
I was thinking also maybe you could start a show where you do the entire thing from the viewpoint of an infant and call it Luke Who's Talking. I think that could be good.
Or if you were like on James Bond, you could be called Chili Penny. Think about it, and get back to me after.
You're
Chili
really
Penny.
making a point on this.
Let's
I'm gonna call you Luke Chili Penny from now
throw
on.
that out on the porch and see if the cat licks it up. You know what, guys? No bad ideas. We're just blue skying here, okay? Thank you.
Frost coin. Think about it. Get back to me.
I was thinking.
That one is terrible.
That
That
one's
is
really
just
shitty.
undeniable.
It's really
terrible.
bad. That is too far.
I mean, really.
I think all the radio is a little too Seattle-centric. I think you could do a show that focuses more on the greater metro area. You could call it Suburbank.
Oh, not bad.
That sounds like an Eric Bogosian play.
There's a universal reference.
Everyone, go home and look at Wikipedia. That'll be hilarious.
Look up Brazil and whatever Luke just said.
Indeed.
Burbank.
Have you ever thought
Chili
about
Chili penny.
doing what Jay Leno does and doing a show from Burbank, California?
I haven't thought of that, but I have definitely thought of wearing only denim when I'm away from the set of my show.
Okay.
Which is a thing that Jay Leno does.
Right.
I used to live in LA, and you will actually see Jay Leno out and about, and he's always completely clad in a Canadian tuxedo.
And he rides
Which
two classic cars like water
At one
skis,
time.
right?
Shakes
He is-
everyone's
I'm not
man
kidding.
out the window.
The man is never outside of the studios of the Tonight Show without a denim shirt and jeans. That is
Well, he's a millionaire of the
verifiable
people.
fact.
He's a mechanic, you guys. Give him a break. I have a question. Do you dress up as Luke Skywalker and run around Burbank, California going, oxymoron! Oxymoron!
That is not what an oxymoron is.
Chili penny.
It's not even a fucking paradox, dude.
Frost coin.
My name
Breezy
is-
dollar.
My name is like the guy in Star Wars. I had never thought of that. I've made it 34 years on this little blue marble without anyone making that connection.
Well, there's also a
Amazing
book of the Bible, so that's probably a sign of the times.
I'm named Luke.
People are a
because
lot more Christian than they used to be.
My mom says that she named me Luke because she, and it bears noting that my mom was a Christian hippie and lived on a commune when this happened, and had no idea where my biological father was. But she said that an angel came to her and sat at the foot of her bed and said, "Name him Luke," and that was when I knew my mother was mentally ill.
And you.
It seems like a really minor way for an angel to intervene.
He was kind of.
I was gonna call him Ted, but then
And you're also, son, you're my only hope. That was her joke. She wrote that. She told me to say it tonight.
they don't even say that to Luke Skywalker.
They do,
in the
shut up.
movies.
They actually based a movie off that story. It was called "It's an Okay Life."
Yeah, it was not bad.
It's a so-so life.
Yeah, it'll do.
Don't kill yourself,
Okay,
maybe
life.
do. God, we've got an abortion and a suicide theme running through this show. You're welcome.
I had like 40 minutes of abortion material ready to go, and then
Oh, go
Alicia
ahead.
We
fucked up.
snaked it all out from
We'll
under
bump
you.
Solomon. Just
Yeah, could you?
you get to talk about that on Cairo. They get touchy about that.
No, they actually don't. The weirdest thing is that the people that own the radio station I work at are, that's called Bonneville International, which is ultimately owned by the Mormon Church, which I'm fairly sure
Someone said Mormon. I have to go to the bathroom right now.
is sitting. That church is sitting on like $1 billion of Nazi gold, and yet we could say anything we want, and they never.
Just wanted to
I didn't
do
know if you
that
guys were
this
going to have a
entire
Nazi
time.
gold sound effect.
That's as close as I've got.
They brought all their gold into the vault on a unicycle.
Wearing giant shoes,
Yeah.
which looked hilarious
God,
when
how
they
did they fit
goose
so many
stepped.
Nazis in that car?
That's actually why they started
Exactly.
goose stepping, as they were trying to get that unicycle vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I was in the Seattle public school system as a kid, and I got into the PE classes right when they decided they weren't into competitive sports. You guys are younglings. You're probably, this was the way of life for you, but for the first like half of my grade school, it was like dodgeball and football and things that kind of separated the weak from the strong. And then they just changed to scarf juggling and unicycling, which I'm fucking awesome at both.
I don't
Which,
know,
by the way,
like, we played dodgeball, but it more or less just separated the people who would admit when they'd been hit by the ball from the other people. That was it. No, you didn't get me. You didn't. No, I'm
I did a lot of scarf juggling, and I resent my school for making me believe that was a viable career. I got to community college and found out it wasn't the case. So here I am now. I want to talk. I noticed you talk a lot about Vanessa on your show, or Van.
yeah, my girlfriend. We're actually engaged, but fiance is one of the gayest words of
Yeah,
all time.
well, that's
Ironic
exactly what
that
I wanted to talk
It
about.
generally relates to heterosexual marriage because it's
Kind of reminds me of divorcee.
yeah, it's the guy who was married to the divorcee before it all went so wrong.
Yeah.
That is what I find most impressive about you. You managed to talk about her all the time without ever saying the word fiance.
I said it like 3 times, and then I just thought, no. And so, I don't know if people have a better term. I'm going with lady friend.
Have you seen
Which
the
also
Have you
sounds
seen
like
The
we-
Room? I don't know if anybody's seen The Room. He uses the word future wife a lot in that film.
Tommy Wiseau.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Telling me apart, Lisa.
We actually got a little bit of a sing-along effect going there, just on the second half of that. Oh man, that's penetrated.
What's great about that movie, I don't know if people in the audience have seen this movie, but this guy Tommy Wiseau made this film, The Room, and it's one of the worst movies of all time. And when I used to live in LA, he would screen it always very seriously and be like, "Welcome to my film," and then people started coming to make fun of it. And now his story is, "It was always a joke, but it wasn't."
It's like
for the first 10 years of the movie's
what is
existence.
his accent? It's like part Christopher
He won't
Walken and
admit
part
where
the
he
Count
says he's
from
American.
Sesame
He
Street.
will not admit where he is from.
There you go. He won't.
Okay, well, thank you.
You know what? You know what's
Fucking
what's
good. That's
interesting?
true.
We all thought we didn't like Devin being here until that joke, which needed a little.
Yeah. Needed like a laser sound.
Can we all
to
sing
get that over the top?
the Warrant classic? Don't know what you got till it's gone. Now together.
No, we can't.
Is that Warrant or
I-
Slaughter?
I actually want to sing that lyric from the Carly Simon song covered by the Black Crowes.
Do you mean?
That's.
Do you mean?
Pave Paradise and put up
Do you
a
mean
parking
Joni
lot.
Mitchell covered by the Counting Crows?
Is that not what
0
I
for
said?
2.
Is
0
that
for
not
2
what
on
I
that
said?
one. I love the Counting Crows so much more than a person who otherwise thinks of themselves as having a decent musical taste. I don't know why, but that's my airplane music. If I'm on a flight, it's Recovering the Satellites, maybe a little August and Everything Else on my iPod.
For me, it's I played Purple Rain over and over again because one time I was on a plane where we hit some really bad turbulence when, like, in the middle of the solo when it was peaking, and I was like, "Yeah, fucking take me now," and I'm just waiting for that to be recreated again.
Yeah, that seems like the last song you want to listen to.
I think it'd be great.
Well, the last song you want to listen to is anything by the Counting Crows.
Yeah, that's true.
I totally will freely admit that they're one of the worst bands of all time. But I'm sorry, when Anna Begins and you're just taking off out of Sky Harbor in Phoenix and you are leaving your iPod on even though the lady walks
think
by, you
you're
keep just going, I have this whole system down where, because you can have your headphones in if you're not playing the music, so when the lady comes by, I just see her mouth moving and I just go, it's not on. Oh, I don't know if she's saying, the plane is crashing. I have no idea what she's saying,
I
but
think
just
you're
pretend.
confusing the music with just the feeling of elation you get when you're leaving Phoenix.
It could be.
All right, that was Luke Burbank, everybody.
All right, thanks.
As you like to say on your show, no mountain too tall.
You know, before the show you said, how about we say no mountain too tall, and then on my little podcast we say, and good luck to all. And then you said, how about you say, and I hate you all. And I thought, that seems mean. I don't go in for that. But actually, having been up here, let's do that again.
No mountain too tall.
I hate you all.
All right, that's fair.
Makes perfect sense.
Thank you, everybody. That went worse than I expected.
It's I gotta